And thanks for thank Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here today with us, and thanks a lot to Politico's team for organizing such an interesting event. We are Marta, Tess, Emily, and Mireille, and we work in the European Commission in the Directorate General for Education, Youth, Culture, and Sport, which is commonly called the EAC. So today we are here to talk to you about the opportunities in the Erasmus Plus program. I imagine that all of you have already heard about the Erasmus Plus program before, almost certainly thanks to the grants for mobility of students of higher education. However, today we want to show you also the plus of the Erasmus. So we will present an overview of the opportunities offered under the Erasmus program, and we will focus on those that might interest you the most. Let's start with some data on the previous program. So here you have in the screen some of the results of the surveys conducted through the almost 10 million participants that there were in the previous program from 2014 to 2020. As you can see here, it helped them to have a better understanding of what they wanted to do in life, and it increases the employability of students and learners. It is certain that these kind of experiences open up your mind and enhance your understanding of other cultures. This is what 80% of the participants said. Moreover, as the core of the program is to bring people together, most of the participants said that they have become more tolerant and aware of the common European values. So we move now to presenting the new program. Tess, can you change the slide, please? Thank you. So the new program starts this year, 2020 and 2021, sorry, and will run until 2027. So the key priorities of the program will be to make it greener. As you may know, the priority of the European Commission is to move to a clean and a circular economy, and to reduce considerably the carbon emissions in the European continent. That's why the Erasmus Plus program will encourage participants to use also lower carbon means of transport as an alternative to flying, and will build up knowledge on sustainability. The program aims to be also more inclusive by supporting educational equity for disadvantaged learners and people with fewer opportunities. It will boost digitalization by developing accessible and high quality digital learning, foster digital capacities, and test and promote distance and blended learning, which has proved, of course, to be essential, especially during this COVID crisis. All this without meaning, of course, a decrease on the physical mobilities, which will always remain the core of the program. The last priority will be the active participation. This priority has a special focus on young people and their active participation in democratic society. The program includes new actions aiming at involving, supporting, and stimulating young people to engage in European cooperation and civic life. These are the horizontal priorities, but there will be also sectorial priorities, and the program will ask the projects to focus on each of the sectorial priorities. So we want to show you here the structure of the Erasmus Plus program, which has not changed at all, because we still have the key action 1, which includes all the actions related to mobility of individuals. Key action 2, that includes all the actions that boost partnership and cooperation between organizations. These projects are very interesting and will take place also in all fields of education and training and youth and sport. But unfortunately, today we won't have time to enter into details on the cooperation partnerships projects. But my colleagues after me will talk a little bit about some of them. And the last key action is the key action 3, which are actions that boost and support policy reforms in all fields of education, training, youth, and sport also. All these actions will, of course, help to pave the way for the European education area. So let's start with key action 1, learning mobility. The key action 1 in the new program, all the opportunities offered under this key action have been streamlined across sectors and fields. Because in the previous program, for example, in the field of school education and adult education, the opportunities were offered to staff. So teachers could go abroad and have their experience abroad and share practices and teach abroad for a period of time. But now these opportunities have been extended also to learners, meaning that schools pupils could go also to short-term and long-term abroad, as well as the entire class could have also an experience in another country. As the same applies for adult education learners. They will have individual and group mobilities opportunities. And now moving on to the VET sector. Okay, thank you. VET is a key element of lifelong learning systems, which equip citizens with knowledge, skills, and competencies required in particular occupations and on the labor market. VET can boost enterprise performance, competitiveness, research, and innovation, and is a central aspect of successful employment and social policy. That's why the opportunities in the VET field will be doubled, and VET learners will have the option to participate in skill competitions, to have short-term learning mobility up to 3 months, as well Erasmus Pro, which is the equivalent to the very well-known mobility of higher education students that can be up to 1 year. And of course, the staff mobility will always be there. Now we move on to the opportunities in the youth sector. The actions in this field provide non-formal and informal learning opportunities for young people and youth workers. The learning activities within the youth field are meant to have a positive impact on young people, as well as on the organizations involved and on the communities in which the activities take place. The actions supported in this new program will be the mobility of young people, which are the commonly known youth exchanges, meetings of groups of people from at least 2 different countries who will gather for a short period of time to implement jointly a non-formal learning program. Moreover, there will be the opportunity for mobility of youth workers to participate in transnational learning activities that support their professional development, of course. And this is the new action in this field is the youth participation activities. These activities are non-formal learning activities that encourage foster and facilitate young people's participation in Europe's democratic life at local, regional, national, and European level. Such activities aim to enable young people to experience exchanges, cooperation, cultural and civic action, and can take the different forms. For example, workshops, debates, trainings, awareness-raising campaigns, etc. Moreover, also in the field of youth, there will be the European Youth Together action, which is a key actions 3. And it means that it will be managed by the executive agency. And this action aims to promote cross-border partnerships between organizations from different countries of Europe by creating networks that will organize cooperation, exchanges, promote trainings, etc. Okay, and well, I wanted to say also about the previous slide that you have all the opportunities in the youth field. You can check them in the European Youth Portal, which is a very complete portal. Okay, thank you. So now we move on to Discovery EU. Discovery EU has been an initiative of the recent years, and now will be part of the Erasmus Plus program. So Discovery EU, you must know this also, offers youngsters of 18 years old to travel around Europe, mainly by train. So with this opportunity, they will explore the diversity of Europe, they will learn about European cultural heritage, and they will connect with people across the continent. The aim of this action is to help young Europeans to develop life skills of value, for the future, like independence, confidence, openness to other cultures, etc. Just to tell you that there is during this fair, there is a stand on the program Discovery EU. Also, if you are interested, there will be colleagues connected in the stand, so you can ask them questions. And now we can move on. I give the floor to my colleague Emily.
Yes, thank you. So Erasmus Plus offers you a lot of opportunities in the higher education sector. There are different ways for you to enjoy an Erasmus Plus mobility, as well as a broad range of innovative partnerships among higher education institutions. Moving on to the next slide. You can benefit from Erasmus Plus as a student, as a trainee, as a doctoral student. So don't hesitate to make good use of all the Erasmus Plus opportunities throughout your academic and professional path. As a student, you can go abroad for a study exchange during your bachelor or your master in a partner institution of your home university. Erasmus Plus provides as well financing support thanks to the Erasmus Plus master degree loans. The program is here to help students finance their master's courses in an Erasmus Plus program country. Erasmus Plus can support your traineeship while recent graduates. I'm experiencing issues with the sound. I don't know if... Apologies for the sound issue. I guess it should be okay now. So Erasmus Plus can support you if you want to go on a traineeship while you're a student or a young graduate. You can do your traineeship in enterprise, a research institute, a laboratory, an organization. And last but not least, if you think about continuing your academic path with a PhD, there is also an opportunity for you, either with a short academic stay or a longer mobility. In all cases, it is worth checking with your Erasmus Plus coordinator what are the programs and the courses that best suit you. So, as already mentioned, from this year on, we have a new program which will be more inclusive and more digital. And inclusion and digitalization are key elements of the new Erasmus Bus App, which has been officially launched a week ago. The app aims at digitalizing and simplifying all your Erasmus Plus administrative procedures. It is really a single entry point for all Erasmus Plus participants, being students, trainees, VET learners. It provides a step-by-step checklist of all you need to do before, during, and after your mobility, as well as an interactive mapping of off-campus services as well as on-campus services. As it relies on peer-to-peer information, I would really encourage you to download the app and to populate it with information in order for all Erasmus Plus participants to share their experiences. In the medium term, it will allow you to ditch the paperwork and really focus on your Erasmus Plus journey. So yes, please go ahead, download the app. It's available on the Google Play and App Store or online via your desktop. And now Tess will talk about the cooperations possible under the Erasmus Plus program.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. As the education landscape across Europe is changing, the European Commission recognizes this and is developing initiatives to help shape this new educational landscape by working towards a European education area. So I will be talking about initiatives under Key Action 2, which focuses on cooperation partnerships. Erasmus Plus works really well into developing this European education area by centralizing inclusive, high quality education for all, emphasizing the importance of studying and learning abroad, and making sure that your degrees and all your other qualifications are recognized throughout the whole European continent, and to promote multilingualism. We think it's great if right next to your native language you speak a second, if not even third language or more, of course. And all our initiatives centralize around this creation of a strong European student identity. So like I said, I will be talking about initiatives that fall under Key Action 2, so the cooperation partnerships, and I'm going to be highlighting the European Universities Initiative and Erasmus Mundus. So the European universities are transnational alliances that consist of at least 3 higher education institutions from at least 3 European member states. These universities come together under a joint long-term strategy to become these new universities of the future, promoting European values and identity and revolutionizing the quality and competitiveness of European higher education institutions. Now, these long-term visions under which the consortia, the alliances come together, can be across a variety of priorities under the Erasmus Plus program. This could be under global health, fine arts, multilingualism, European identity, or even sustainable blue growth. Those are just a few examples of priorities that alliances can build a vision towards. Now, under the Erasmus Plus program, the Commission is currently testing these different cooperation models for the European universities with 2 call for proposals. So this initiative is relatively new. The Commission looked at applications from universities and looked at the alliance's long-term vision. Geographical balance is very important, that alliances form all across Europe. So is there a good geographical distribution within throughout Europe for where these higher education institutions are placed? They look at the plans for cooperation and, of course, place big importance on sustainability, and the alliances work towards that. Currently, we have 41 European university alliances consisting of 284 higher education institutions in 31 countries. Now, like I said, European universities are relatively new still, but you might have heard of Erasmus Mundus. Erasmus Mundus is an international master's program funded by the Erasmus Plus, and this action aims at fostering excellence and worldwide internationalization of higher education institutions via study programs at master course level. Jointly delivered and jointly organized by the higher education institutions established in Europe and open to institutions in other countries of the world. Now, this could mean that you could be following a master's degree of a minimum of 12 months up to 24 months. You could be spending your semesters in different universities throughout Europe or even beyond Europe. So there are different master's programs already established that are as big as 60, 90, or 120 ECTS credits. With that, we also have an EU-funded scholarship. So you can apply for the scholarship and have the majority, if not all, of your master's program funded by the EU. There's a limited number of individual grants for students, and it covers all the costs for the 2 years abroad. Now, we've only had a limited amount of time to tell you about some of these Erasmus Plus opportunities and initiatives that we have, but there are also multiple stands on this fair today. There is a separate stand on Erasmus Mundus. If you're really interested in these international master joint degrees, you can ask your questions today at the fair or tomorrow. Then there's also a stand for the Marie Curie actions, which provides grants for all stages of researchers' careers, be they doctoral candidates or highly experienced researchers, to encourage this transnational, intersectoral, and interdisciplinary mobility. So if you're really interested in research and you want to get funding for that, make sure to ask them all the questions because they're there to help you. Then there's also a stand on the European Solidarity Corps, which is all around, centralized around volunteering opportunities in Europe and beyond for those aged between 18 and 30 years old. You can undertake volunteering actions through funding and support from the European Solidarity Corps, which helps young people take part in these projects all around the world. So do not hesitate to look into that. Then there's also stands on Discover EU, like my colleague Marta already mentioned, and a special one on traineeships. Now, we still have some time for questions, so do ask them in the chat if you want to. Emily and I are both Blue Book trainees in the European Commission, so if you have any questions about the traineeships, there is a stand separately for that. But we're here as well if you have any questions or any other related Erasmus Plus questions. So thank you so much.
Okay, colleagues, thank you so much for a very interesting and presentation. We have a few questions. I don't know if we will have time to cover them all. If we don't have time to cover them all, then they can always send us an email and then we'll get back to them in due time. The first question is coming from Lucretia. She's asking, she's doing a master's degree at the moment, and she's asking how many months she can go abroad. Like, what is the limit number of months that she can go abroad? Can anyone take that?
Yes, I can. So basically, your longer mobility can be from 2 until 12 months, but you can benefit from Erasmus Plus program during different cycles of your study. So if you didn't enjoy from Erasmus Plus program during your masters, you can do between 2 and up to 12 months abroad.
Yeah, and also to follow up on that, she's also asking that she wants to get more information about Erasmus Mundus, and how can she do that? I think Tess kind of covered that, and I don't know if you want to go through that again, Tess.
Yes, of course. We have our specialists on the Erasmus Mundus joint degrees at the fair, so I can give you information if you want, but I think you'd be much better off in the hands of my colleagues, really.
Okay. We have a question from Marty. He's asking, could we independently take part in Erasmus program? Do they have to be a student? Because she's doing her master's and she's asking after her master's, could she independently take part in an Erasmus program?
So yes, you can. We have different traineeships that you can do as well, also as a recent graduate. Now, we do advise you to agree upon, to ask your university where you're currently studying to see what the opportunities are for you. Because in most cases, we really recommend the students to look for traineeships and to have them agreed upon by your university and the traineeship company before you graduate, just to make sure that you can get the funding that comes with the Erasmus Plus program. But yes, you can still definitely do another Erasmus exchange one way or another.
Okay, we've got a question from Sergio around Erasmus Mundus again. He says, if during Erasmus Mundus joint master degree, you spent 1 semester in your home country because the program forces you to do so, but in different city where you live, will you get the grant during the semester? So basically it's saying it's in the same country, but in a different city. Are you allowed to get a grant for this semester?
Okay, I'm not entirely sure on the specifics of the grant, but you can have a look at the different Erasmus Mundus programs that exist, because there's different corporations with different cities. Now, it could well be that you already live in the city that is part of that master's degree, and it's best to yeah, I don't know the specific answer to that. We can get back to you on that and get in touch with our Erasmus Mundus colleagues on this.
Yeah, we have a question that says, do we have a blog that has on it all our Erasmus projects, our approved Erasmus project? Do we have any blog for that at all?
Yes, I can answer to that question.
Martha, yeah.
It depends. We have the European Youth Portal is really, really good. It has all the opportunities regarding traineeships, studies, and all opportunities for individuals. But also we have a very nice platform called Erasmus Plus Results Platform, which gathers all the results that have been done in all the projects, such as strategic partnerships projects and other cooperation projects. So there you can, it's a big database, but you can go there and check by field if you are interested, and you can see all the results of the projects, such as methodologies, webinars, all kinds of materials in the field.
Okay, thank you, Marta. I think we've got maybe time for one more question. I have a question from Elizabeth. She's saying that she's applied for a traineeship at the Commission, and maybe I can put that to Emily. And she's saying, like, what are the aspects, what do they look for in a trainee? Can you maybe take that, Emily?
Yes, of course. I think, there is no specific profile. I think some key elements are profound interest in the EU institutions and how do they work. Teamwork is also a very important asset, because you will work with colleagues. Yeah. Well, I think, the question can be a bit tricky. It also depends in which Director General you have applied. Of course, some expertise in the field is really from interest. And if you have already experiences with the partners specific to the DG in the specific field, I think it's really an asset, because the Commission is trying to really communicate at different levels with different stakeholders. So I guess these are the few elements. If Tessa wants to complement, glad to.
Yeah, like Emily said, there isn't just a one size fits all kind of application. It depends, like Emily said, which DG you're applying to. But what they really are looking for, in my opinion, are people that are very involved, that preferably have international experience and affinity with EU affairs, if not only in that certain DG or sector or policy area that you're applying for. So it's really important that you show your motivation and try to convince the reader of why you want to work for the EU and the Commission in particular.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we're running out of time. We've had a very interactive chat, and if you still want us to reply to your questions, please just send us an email and we will get back to you in due time. I don't know, Marta, if you have anything that you want to say.
Yes, thank you, Mireille. Just to close, we will be available these 2 days in the stand, in the fair, and we'll be very happy to chat with you. So please reach us there, and we can also put the camera and have a nice informal chat. Thanks a lot for attending. Bye.